Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine for a moment you've got a brand new piece of software, maybe an app, maybe a website you really depend on. And the absolute top priority is making sure it works perfectly, it's totally secure, and yeah, that people actually like using it. Now, traditionally, that meant, a big internal team, lots of effort. But what if there was a way to sort of tap into this huge global network of experts instantly and
Mm,
efficiently?
Yeah, what's fascinating here, what the industry is really seeing, is that the answer is often something called crowdsource testing or just crowd testing. It's really become a major alternative to those older internal methods. And the main reason, it just gets you to market so much faster.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today. Our sources have mapped out this whole landscape, the top crowdsourcing platforms for software testing. We want this deep dive to give you, our listener, a really unbiased, clear understanding. And this is based on some pretty meticulous research. We're talking over 150 hours of actually testing these platforms.
Right. Our goal today isn't just to tell you what these services are. It's to help you get the why, why they matter so much now, and crucially, how you choose the right one for you. We'll spotlight some of the key players too. It's really about giving you the insights to make smart decisions for your software quality.
Okay, so let's start with the basics then. For anyone maybe not totally familiar, what exactly is crowdsource testing?
Simply put, it's the practice of sending out your software, maybe prototypes, maybe early versions, to testers who are outside your company. Instead of just testing it internally, you leverage this crowd of specialists.
And why is this becoming such a big deal? You mentioned speed, but what else makes it a serious alternative to the traditional way?
Well, speed is definitely the primary driver. Faster time to market, huge advantage.
Yeah.
But beyond that, just the importance of software testing itself, right? It's critical. If you don't catch bugs early, they can blow up into massive problems after release, costly problems.
Hmm.
So properly tested software means reliability, it means security, better performance, and that directly translates into, well, saving time, saving money, and keeping your customers happy.
Speed, reliability, customer satisfaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, this idea often gets bundled under testing as a service, TIAS. What exactly is TIAS, and when would a company typically look at using it?
Yeah, that's a good question. TIE is basically an outsourcing model. Software testing is handled by a third-party provider, not your own team. You'd think about using TIE if, say, your company doesn't have the internal skills or maybe just the bandwidth for really thorough testing, or sometimes you want that objective viewpoint. Testing that isn't influenced by the people who actually wrote the code.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely it can be a significant way to cut costs and really speed up how quickly tests get done, which in turn shortens your whole development cycle.
Okay, that paints a pretty compelling picture for why you'd consider this. But all right, let's say you're convinced crowd testing or Tom might be the answer. The market seems crowded, though. How do you even start choosing the right company? Our source had some pointers here, right?
Absolutely. And selecting the right partner, it's really crucial. More than just price. You should look, have they actually worked on projects like yours before? Similar industry, similar product type. What about their facilities? Their domain expertise, do they get your world? And of course, the skills and the actual experience of their QA team. That's paramount.
So it goes beyond just the technical specs, the checklist. There's a relationship aspect too.
Exactly.
Right.
That came through strongly in the research. Adaptability, cultural fit, these can be huge. Can you actually build a solid long-term relationship here? Think about software development.
Mm.
Things change constantly, right? Requirements shift, deadlines are tight. Can they handle that? You also need to look hard at the range of services they offer. Is it truly comprehensive for what you need now and maybe down the road? And what tech do they use? Frameworks, methods? How do they build a test plan? How collaborative are they? Oh, and their approach to security. Super important. You need to evaluate all of that.
Right. This is where that 150 hours of testing really comes in handy, giving us those unbiased insights. So let's get into some specifics. Let's look at the standouts, the ones that got top recommendations.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is how diverse they are. Different focuses. So take global app testing, highly recommended. Very user-friendly interface, pretty cost-effective. You see big names trusting them, Facebook, Google, Microsoft. They're to over 190 countries, which is massive. Offers great coverage for functional testing, exploratory usability stuff. They've got over, 55,000 testers? And the bug reports are good quality screenshots, videos, the works, integrates with tools like Jira, GitHub. The big plus is how they match testers to local needs, really key for global products. The only minor downside some users mentioned was that initial setup could take a bit of time.
That localization feature sounds incredibly valuable. Okay, who else was a top recommendation?
UNGUESS. Another strong contender, trusted by companies like Sky, Pirelli. They're praised for a really comprehensive approach, quality, UX, security, all of it. They even have VAPT, that's vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, plus a bug bounty program. Over 500 ethical hackers. So great for functional testing, but also AI training and testing, new OS testing. Users liked how quickly they can activate the crowd to fix usability problems, even things like improving chatbot training. A bit of feedback suggests that their results dashboard could maybe be a little more user-friendly.
Okay. And what about a real veteran in this space,
Yep.
Teslio? What makes them stand out?
Yeah, Tesla has been around over 12 years, trusted by giants, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix. Their big differentiator is the fully managed service. They
Hmm.
basically handle everything, recruiting testers, managing them, triaging the bugs. Huge network, thousands of professional testers, 150 plus countries, access to over 600,000 real devices. And here's a key thing. They're selective. They only accept the top 3% of tester applicants. So high skill level. Their defect reports.
Hmm.
Super detailed, reproducible steps, screenshots, videos. Really thorough. The main thing to know, though, is it's designed as a partnership. It requires active engagement from you, good documentation up front. It's not just plug and play.
Right. Sounds much more integrated.
Yeah.
Okay. Shifting gears slightly, what about companies with a real laser focus on security? Cobalt seems unique there.
It definitely is. Cobalt offers what they call PaaS Pentest as a service. It's a clever blend, really. SaaS platform scalability combined with crowdsourced testing flexibility. The whole idea is to kind of revolutionize penetration testing, make it faster, integrate it better. They aim to reduce risk by speeding up fixing vulnerabilities, and it plugs right into development workflows. They claim really fast pentest completions, often under 14 days, and they support compliance standards like PCI DSS, HIPAA. A big pro testers are matched specifically to your tech stack, very tailored. Minor hiccup noted by some was an occasional glitch with their GitHub issues report during upgrades.
Fascinating how specialized these platforms are getting. Okay, what if your main focus is user experience?
Then you'd look at user testing. Really invaluable for that. Great for bug testing on actual devices, Android, iOS, global reach, fully compliant with GDPR, CCPA privacy rules. It lets you validate your product experience with real people, in their own environment. Test prototypes early. Find those usability friction points way before launch. They're really good at recruiting specific panels of users, and they offer powerful tools like unmoderated interviews. Some beginners did find the interface a little challenging at first, but powerful once you get the hang of it.
Makes sense. And finally, what if you just need massive scale? Lots of testers, lots of devices, and really rich qualitative feedback.
The TestBirds is definitely one to look at. Really impressive scale. They leverage over 1 million real testers across 193 countries, access to over 1.5 million devices, just huge numbers. They're known for giving very detailed qualitative feedback, not just bug lists. And they have really extensive demographic filtering, so you can target very specific user groups accurately. Plus, they offer some unique services too, like testing the entire customer journey or advanced chatbot testing, things like that.
Wow, it's really clear. Whether you need broad functional tests, deep security dives, specific UX feedback, there seems to be a crowd testing solution pretty much tailor-made for almost any need out there. So, wrapping this up, what's the big picture for you, our listener? We've seen how using crowdsourced testing smartly can genuinely transform your QA process. It's not just about getting to market faster, though that's huge. It's also about potential cost savings and, crucially, getting access to this incredible pool of diverse global expertise and real devices.
Yeah, this deep dive really highlighted those key things to look for in a partner. It's about their domain knowledge, their team's skills, sure, but also their ability to handle complexity, to adapt. That's critical. And understanding the differences, the nuances between platforms like global app testing, UNGS, Teslio, Cobalt, user testing, TestBirds, that knowledge really empowers you. It helps you make the right call to ensure your software doesn't just work, but actually delights users.
Absolutely. The bottom line seems to be investing in quality software pays off in reliability, security, performance. And as we've explored today, crowdsourcing provides a really powerful, really efficient way to achieve that quality.
Which leads to a final thought, maybe something for you to ponder. As artificial intelligence keeps advancing so rapidly and it gets more and more integrated into how we build software, even into automated testing, how do you think the role of this human-centric crowdsourced testing might change? Will AI just make human testers better, more efficient? Or could it fundamentally shift the balance, maybe even reduce the need for human testers down the line? Something to think about.